Hey, I'm T, and this is from Prison 24, back again with another food stamp video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this one, but before I start the video, please like and subscribe, turn on your notifications that way you don't miss any more uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Also, my memberships are open. I made some sweatshirts that certainly help support my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000, but I feel like I'm just stagnant on like 960 people. It's frustrating. I'm trying really hard on this channel, and I just hope it works out for me. But yeah, just want to let you know a few things that help support me and my channel to grow. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's there. So let's get into the video.
Welcome back to our third installment of how do two adults working full-time find themselves on government assistance. And so where we left off, we were living in a camper in Oregon, and my husband worked at a local resort, and we found ourselves short on money. So applied for benefits in the short term, and were approved for monthly food stamps of $100-something. I can't remember what. This was about 4 years ago. And also medical benefits. So we were on those for about 9 months before my husband was able to obtain a promotion. And then we outgrew the program, so to speak, which is the goal of the programs, is that you will be on short-term assistance, hopefully, and be able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get out of the situation that you're in. So after about 9 months needing that help, we were successfully graduated from assistance. We also found ourselves relocating to a nearby town with a job that provided housing. So that is where I live currently. We live in a rental. It's essentially like it's a modular home, but it's a nice home. I mean, it's included as part of my salary here where I work at a park. But about a year ago, my husband lost his job. So we found ourselves once again needing to use government assistance in the short term. And so about a year ago, while he was looking for a job, we qualified for about $400 a month in food stamp assistance. Go ahead and tell me how mad that makes you. I don't care. And we got that for about 3 months while he was looking for gainful employment that would allow us to not need that assistance. After about 3 months, he was able to find full-time work again, though at about half of the rate that he was making at his previous job. And so while we no longer qualified for the $400 a month because he was employed again, we still do qualify to receive a small amount monthly. That amount is less than 50 cents per person a day. For those of you that were big mad thinking that, you know, people are getting all of these government freebies and that they should be working and get a job and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And I'm here to tell you that people do that. But just because you do it once doesn't mean that life isn't going to kick you in the ass again and that you're not going to need help again. And there's nothing wrong with needing help, applying for help, meeting the requirements that are set for that help, and then using that help. That for over 20 years, you've paid into these programs, and now you need to use them. So I'm going to, as long as we need to. And if that makes you mad, maybe you should evaluate why you're mad at a poor person who receives less than $30 a month in food stamps and posts on the internet.
No. What we're not going to do is turn a blind eye now that the facts are out there by the news. We're not stuck in the same mindset as no one, because as Black folks, we ignored y'all when the government was shut down and y'all were like, oh, you Black folks going to have to get a job. Oh, you Black folks are the most people that's on government assistance. This, and that, and that. When y'all harassed us consistently, the whole 40 days that the government was shut down. But now that it's not shut down and the news released this, now we all stuck in the same mindset. How ironic is this? Just accept it. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. And the facts are YT people are the most that was busted in this biggest food stamp fraud of 2025. It is what it is. Do not be mad at me for just pointing out the facts, because if it was a raid, bust, a food stamp fraud for black folks, you wouldn't have the same mindset. None of y'all will. Y'all will want us to accept it and eat it, right? So accept it and eat it. Yum yum, motherfucker.
And I'm also pretty sure that your common sense thinks that you can buy anything with a nutritional label with EBT, but again, that's not the case, which is why I do these videos year after year after year. Because even in my comments, I have to explain that not everything with nutrition facts is EBT eligible. Just like how neither of these kits are EBT eligible, but they are at Walgreens and CVS and Target if you can find them. And again, your common sense would think that you could get this 5-ounce oatmeal raisin Snoopy tin, but you can't because it's not EBT eligible. Just like the Perfect Man, he's been EBT eligible for years at Walmart. Not anymore. And then again, typically a lot of the cocoa sets are EBT eligible. Not this one, even though, again, the nutritional label was on it. This is also not EBT eligible, nor this. However, if you see them in Target, Walgreens, and CVS, yes, they're EBT eligible. All the little skillet thingies, they used to be EBT eligible. They're no longer at Walmart, but again, they are at CVS, Walgreens, and Target. This one is always EBT eligible. The Oreo kit, the Dunkin' one, used to be EBT eligible. Not anymore. The M&M's one also used to be EBT eligible. Not anymore. And again, you would think that the Jack Link box would be EBT eligible because it's got the jerky in it. Wrong! So I do these videos so folks don't have to stand in a store scanning everything, feeling even more embarrassed that they have to buy it with an EBT card.
Yeah, and our government uses your tax money to bomb other countries for profit. I'm more okay with somebody burning some food because they may not have needed it, and then other people who do need it also getting those funds, than I am with our government just indiscriminately bombing brown people for their resources. Hope this helps.
Breaking news, Republican senators have offered 2 standalone nonpartisan bills for the SNAP benefits for November. Now, these would be bills that are saying, look, we're not agreeing on opening back the government. We're not agreeing on what you want, and we're not going to sit here and hold the line anymore. We're going to do this as an act of kindness to show that we care about the American people. However, that's what the Republicans are doing. Now, the Democrats, they want this funding so badly for illegals that they may actually use the Americans as a leeway, saying, hey, we're going to use whatever we can, even letting young children and disabled go without food for the holiday season, because of that's what we want. We want to make sure we get what we want. Nothing else matters. What do you guys think? I believe it doesn't matter. Republican, Democrat, God is in control. He will provide. He will make a way. So just keep trusting in God, not the government, not anything else, because God will provide.
Well, I got an EBT update for you, and it's probably the one most of you have been looking for. So I've had 3 people comment in my comments on one of my videos that they received their full benefit today. One of them was in the state of Pennsylvania. The other 2, I'm not sure what state, but it shows that benefits are being rolled out. So those of you who have been without and are in desperate need, I'm glad to see that you are getting your benefits. What I have stated in my prior videos is that those who do receive those benefits shouldn't complain about what benefits they receive. Instead, they should be grateful for every blessing that they receive. The other side of this is those who have made away a life of the system. Do you see now why It's better to just earn your keep and work for what you have, because you enable someone to control whether or not you eat. So instead of you having control over putting food on your table, someone else is going to dictate that for you. Someone else is going to say, not today. And why did they do all of that? All for political gain. All to get their way. All to get bills that they couldn't get votes for pushed through. So instead of getting out there and trying to encourage or persuade people to lean more in their direction and to follow more of their beliefs, they tried to force you by starving you. Have you learned anything yet? Are you awake yet? Again, I'm glad those who are in need of those benefits, the disabled, our senior citizens, the single moms who don't have childcare and aren't able to work at this time. But even that being said, change your situation. Try to do something better. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm still trying to figure life out. I still struggle on a regular basis. So I don't try to sit back and just judge, but I do feel like people should be more grateful for the blessings they receive.
Okay, so it's a lady in Memphis crying about her food stamps being gone. She got 5 kids. My question to this lady in Memphis, if you knew you couldn't take care of 1 and 2, why did you have 3, 4, and 5? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't feel sorry for none of these folks out here crying about no damn food stamps. Not even a little bit. I mean, y'all need to get out there and figure it out like the rest of us do. But another question is, where's your baby daddies at? Y'all sit here crying and yelling, screaming, hooting, hollering about your food stamps getting taken away. Where's your baby daddy? Why you not raising such a big fuss about your baby daddy not helping you? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Am I wrong? I don't care what y'all say, because I'm going to feel how I feel. I'm not going to change it. I don't feel sorry for them. Not even a little bit. Are y'all feeling sorry for all these yahoos out here crying about food stamps? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't feel good today. But you know what? I just thought about a funny story, y'all. I got caught lying by the food stamp people. Like, I was lying to them for years. But, you know, shit changed and they finally got their shit up. And they caught a bitch red-handed. Like, they caught me red fucking handed. Like, and I think it's because I ain't changed my address. If I would have changed my address, I would have been good. Like, they sent my periodic report to my old address, so I didn't recertify and they cut me off. So I had to restart my whole case, and that's what did it. That's exactly what fucking did it. I had my phone interview. She like, oh, I see on here that you said there's no employment, but in our records it said a week ago you got to check for such and such. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, did she just say that? Since when did they? Am I at the food stamp office or am I at the CIA? Like, what is going on? How do you know that? How do you know that? Because they didn't used to do all of that, but they're not playing about no food stamps now. So I'm sitting there quiet. She like, hello, you still there? Hello. Bitch, yes, I'm still here, but I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I'm caught. What am I supposed to say to you right now? What am I really supposed to say to you right now? So I'm like, is you sure that's me? I literally said that. Like, I swear to God on my kids. I really said this to this lady. If you watching this, ma'am, I didn't know what to do. I thought fast, and that was the only thing I could say. Like, is you sure that's me? Like, did I give you the right social? Like, did you type in the right letters? So she like, yes, she read them back. I'm like, oh my God. I came up with a crazy ass story, y'all. I'm not even going to tell y'all the story because it's embarrassing. Because why am I down bad like that about some food stamps? But I was addicted because the motherfucking stamps and not having to pay cash. I got 3 kids. Is you crazy? Like, I felt like that was a credit card. Like, y'all. My best friend start calling. I don't know what happened. You know, whatever. But I got caught, y'all. This more of the story is I got caught red-handed. And like, I didn't get $900 no more. My shit went all the way down. And I was so hurt because I got caught. Like, God damn it, I was flexing. Like, get in with me. You feel me though? Shit is crazy. But you know what? It's okay, because I still appreciate the stamps that I got. But that's it, y'all. That's all I had to say. Have a nice night.
This goes out to my food stamp people. Y'all about to be real pissed. So Trump said he gonna bring back the food stamps, but only on one condition. You gotta now start doing drug tests. And it's not gonna be no urine or no hair sample test where you can easily get by it with some quick fix. Nope, it's gonna be a blood test. I feel bad for a lot of y'all. No food stamps for you.
SNAP benefits might not have gotten paid out this month, but honey, you might get cut off completely.
Starting December 1st, 2025, you may have to meet newly updated SNAP work rules. These rules are called Able-Bodied Adults Without Dependents Time Limit Rules. And if you don't follow these rules, your SNAP benefits might go down or stop. So who must follow these rules? Well, if you're 18 to 64, not living with a child under the age of 14, able to work physically and mentally. Also, what are the work rules you want to know in order to stay on your benefits? It says starting December 1st, 2025, you must do one of the following each and every month to keep your SNAP benefits. That includes work at least 80 hours a month or make at least $217.50 a week. Being in a job training or work program for at least 80 hours a month. Do a mix of work and training that adds up to 80 hours a month. Or volunteer for at least 80 hours a month. And if you do not comply with those rules or don't have a good reason, you can only get SNAP for 3 months in a 36-month period. After that, your benefits will stop. That is what this administration has put into play for any and everyone who is on SNAP benefits. You think they don't want to pay you for this month? They don't want to pay you, period. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about these new rules? Are they similar to the old rules?
$500 worth of food stamps, but I do have to sell most of them to make my car payment.
$3,500 worth of food stamps that you need to sell to afford your car payment. You shouldn't have a car. Your ass and your children should be walking wherever you need to go to get your food with your food stamps.
I mean, I got probably about 4 to 5 different ones. Here. But if you guys want to do a Walmart order to get them food, that's fine. They like different ones. If you guys find anything different that they haven't tried, we can definitely do that as well. And then I'll add some to my Amazon wish list. Or whatever is Keeping Up with Kiki, K-E-K-E. So if you guys want to find me on Amazon, it's Keeping Up with Kiki. Here, Papa. Nope, hands down.
The ongoing government shutdown initiated by the Democrat Party, fueled by unreasonable, tyrannical demands, is causing great distress for both low-income and middle-income families just in time for the holidays. According to North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, approximately 1.4 million North Carolinians are dependent upon government food stamps to be their primary source of income for food. As an attorney who practiced law and government benefits, government programs were never intended to be a crutch for able-bodied persons, nor were they intended to be passed on from generation to generation. In fact, the program rules specifically state that food stamps are a supplement, meaning an added, not primary source of income to increase nutritious eating. Food stamps were not designed to be the only source of income to able-bodied, non-working persons who expect involuntary servitude of faithful taxpayers to sustain their chosen lifestyles. You can't be an advocate for community if your response to decreased government benefits is greater involuntary servitude from those who are faithful to work in sickness and in health to provide the basic necessities for themselves and their families. This is the time to reshape our thinking and get back to a family-centered community for support, not the government.
Like, comment, save, share for more.
Like I said, I have no issues with having people drug test to get their food benefits, to volunteer, you know, be in a working program, because some of these people may not even have any skills. You know, they grew up in poverty and had bad examples. So, you know, doing the work programs, they help you build resumes, help you with interviews, things like that. I think that would benefit a lot of people. Also, I like the idea of having people volunteer because it gives back to the community in a way, and that's really important, and it makes you feel good. It truly does. I know it makes me feel good when I volunteer, or even when I pay it forward. It's just nice. So, but let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you guys have had a great weekend, and